television dialects as well has become a lot less common. So if you travel around in the UK, you won't find as many people talking like this, which is good for you guys because it's hard. I can barely understand them, but I think it's a feature that a lot of accents have become a lot softer and a lot closer to, I guess, my accent or the kind of southeastern accent, just because of the influence of television and film and social media. So that's one example. So that's Yorkshire. Remember that one? The next one we've got is the West Country. And this one, I think, this is from a film. Okay, so this is not. Sorry, I'll let this one. So if we go back to our map of the UK, can you see this vaguely? Yeah, okay. So this is London. That's where I'm from. Yorkshire is up here, and the West is called the West Country. This scene is about accent, difficulties of accent, as you'll see. So he's got a softish West Country accent. You'll see in a second. So this guy, so in this, they are playing up the accent. Okay, so it's like intentionally difficult. So this, what you'll see is like I love this film. You may not have heard of this film. It's called Hot Fuzz. It's an amazing film. I would recommend you watch it if you want to. It's just a really funny film. But so this guy is talking in a very strong kind of made-up West Country accent, and then the next guy. So it's like I'll show you, but it translates. So you'll see. So this guy's me basically. This character's from London. So he's come down. So the guy who just spoke has a strong accent. This guy has like a medium accent, and this guy has a softer accent. So you'll see as it goes through. Right. And then listen to this guy. You'll probably understand him.
An edge is an edge. He only chopped it down for his view. What's people learning about?
Okay, this is.
I appreciate your position, Mr. Webby, but you can't go around chopping down other people's hedges without permission. No. Yes, I suppose. Right. Mr. Webby, I trust you have a license for that firearm. I don't believe it. It is for this one. It gets easier to understand. It's like a wow, very rustic. Like I say, you're not going to meet many people, anyone with accents that strong. It's played up but it is quite funny, and it's very what's the word you use? It's kind of it's like a rhythm. Okay. It's a fun accent. I like that one. Next up we have Welsh. So this is not the Welsh language. This is a Welsh accent. And Wales is also famous for having I think the longest place name in the UK is that one there. Sorry, it's quite hard to see because I only wrote it down, but they might say it. I think I'll say no.
Okay. These people are speaking quite fast because this is like an interview this is like a. But okay. I'll let the whole thing play through, and then you can see because they've got different sorts of accents from different places in Wales. I'll skip this bit because they're playing up their accents. Yeah. But I think from here on, they actually start talking kind of regularly.
English, I think. Why is that what you're from? Yes. The valley tax. That's all I know. It's definitely for taller.
did you hear kind of the it's quite a da. That's they were kind of making a joke of it. That's quite common among Welsh accents as well.
Okay.
Did you encounter any Welsh accents, any accents outside of London when you were in London? Did you
No,
hear
I don't
anyone?
think so. I mean,
Okay.
I was talking with people, but I was not asking like where they were from, you know.
Yeah. Okay. That's Welsh is I tried. It's actually quite hard to find videos of accents like people just speaking in their accent. I think maybe it's a result of if you look for famous people. So do you know the actor Michael Sheen? I'll get a photo of him. But he's a Welsh actor, and I tried to find videos of him speaking interviews, for example.
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen. He actually has quite a English accent, which is quite annoying for me because I was just trying to find people speaking with Welsh accents. It's quite difficult. This guy? Anyone know? Yeah, Good Omens, you might have seen. I don't know where you'd seen him from, but yeah, he's quite a famous Welsh actor. Just one example. But so yeah, it's quite like I say. I think because of the same thing I was talking about before about news and media, because people find it really hard to understand people with strong regional accents. If you're like an actor or a musician, you kind of have to have an accent that people can understand. So it's really hard to find people talking, like famous people talking. I think the next one I've got though.
But also, if you hear someone speaking, you can know from which region of UK he is from.
Yeah.
Do you know who's Hurricane?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but
a
I mean, he
footballer.
just doesn't speak. Yes, I mean, he's from the south.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he's so. I'll get an interview of him speaking. Actually, that's a good example.
I was thinking that.
And so he's a footballer. Does anyone follow football? Football? Yeah. No. Okay. Well, even in the UK, he's quite well known for having a. It's not an accent. It's just the way that he speaks. I'll show you. I'll get him in here.
I was thinking about that in interview, you know.
Yeah, it's not really an accent. It's not good. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let's go for this one. I hope this is good audio because it might not be good. Let's see.
Harry, congratulations, what a moment! World Cup debut, World Cup captain, youngest ever, your first World Cup goals, and a rare thing for England, a win in the opening match. Describe this moment.
Yeah, it's massive. So proud of the lads, you know, it's tough. I thought we played really well, especially first half, deserved to be ahead. Could have scored a few more, and then obviously, I've not seen a penny back, but from my point of view, that one. That's what these games are about, it's a World Cup, you go into the last second. Yeah, absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, so that's one example. So he doesn't have. I don't want to be mean because I think it's just the way he speaks, but it's quite like a lot of the sounds are quite low, so it's not the words aren't very distinct.
Okay.
So if you keep listening, you might. It's quite hard to tell like in between the words.
The thing that comes out most about that performance, and I'm sure you'll dissect it very soon.
If you compare it to the interviewer and to her.
Your players showed out there.
Yeah, we've done it for a while now since the gaffer's been here. It's really installed that into us, and we spoke a lot about togetherness. And we got a great one over the pitch, so it's nice to obviously get the first game and see it on the pitch as well, see it working. And everyone's starting to it, we're all delighted, and we're on that very happy stuff.
Yeah, it's hard. He doesn't have an accent. It's just the way he speaks.
Also, it's not an accent.
It's not an accent, no.
Sure.
But it's quite a good example. You might meet people who don't really have a typical accent. It's just they speak in a way that is quite, very hard to understand. And he's captain of the English national football team, so it just shows doesn't matter how he speaks. Really, does it?
Other example, it's Adele.
Adele. I'll get her up in this. Have you listened to her? I think she's got a Cockney accent. Cockney, I think she does. I'll get her up after my next example. I'll get her up. Okay. This next one is this is it. So this is on. Does anyone know the great Scottish comedian talking to Australian American, as you'll see, but no idea what he's saying. And this is on national television. So this is a. Okay, here we go. So this. So this woman here is American. So she'll talk in a second. In a like 10 seconds or so, she'll talk. I just want you to listen to him. He's Scottish, and her, she's American, and see, because obviously the audio isn't very good, and see how easily you can understand both of them. Okay.
Okay.
Charity. 25 copies. 25 pirate copies of my own DVD. Takes all the fun. Of course, can you understand anything I say? No. Yeah, he said balls. Can you see us?
David Tennant. David Tennant. You watched Doctor Who. Some of you did. Some of you have Doctor Who. You'll recognise him. I think he's one.
I think so.
Oh, by the way, I've got Wales. The one with the young people talking to the camera is here. That's Wales here, and Scotland is like, yeah, it's big. Scotland is very big.
I want to ask you, I mean, the Republic of Ireland, it's not part of
No.
UK, right?
And don't say that to an Irish guy because they might punch you if you do.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. It's. We'll touch on that. I'll explain in like another lesson. But
Okay.
so Northern Ireland. Actually, I'll go for that. So you see this kind of black line here. Northern Ireland is part of the UK. The Republic of Ireland is not. That's an important distinction. You went to give Dublin, right?
Yeah.
You know about that stuff. Yeah. This is David Tennant.
You were living in Ireland, right?
You recognise this guy?
No.
Really?
No.
You recognise the other guy? No. Okay. Well, he was one of the doctors. I'm surprised. He's quite a well-known Scottish, British actor. Maybe it's just a photo, but
Okay, I'm really bad with the
No, it's fine.
celebrities' names.
did you say you like music? British music? Do you know?
Harry
Yeah. Okay, you do know. that.
Yes.
Maybe it was the photo that was bad. Anyone you recognise him?
Yeah,
Anyone else
yeah,
recognise this guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
Harry Potter, yes.
Oh yeah, he wasn't Harry Potter. Was he?
I love Harry Potter.
Do you know Lewis Capaldi? Does anyone here like British music? If so, do they know Lewis Capaldi? No, he's a Scottish musician, but he's got quite a strong Scottish accent. I'm now going to. Okay, the last one we've got is Scam, which is in I'll show you. Liverpool is here, so just above Wales is there. Yorkshire, like I said, Yorkshire over here, roughly. Liverpool is there, and people from Liverpool have a very, very distinctive accent, which I'm going to show you now. This is I think an interview after a football game. Yeah.
In the world. I don't know why why is that for? I see, I'm so fussy. I don't think it's maybe. I think absolute shit.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Yeah, so that's words ending with like S or C is a sound. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yes.
That's pretty distinctive. And I'm just going to show you Adele. Adele is
Yes.
yeah. So I don't have anything candidate, but she's got a Cockney accent. Cockney refers to is like an accent for people from like South and East London. It's not very common anymore because I actually don't really know why, but people don't really speak like that much anymore. But she does. She has quite a strong coherence. This is, I assume.
But where is she from?
She's from London.
Ah,
So the Cockney area is like London, South and East London.
okay.
It's very kind of typical. Like if you watch, I guess, movies with people from London in, a lot of the time they'll have a Cockney accent because that's what people think everyone in, like if you're an American, for example, might think everyone in London has a Cockney accent. But these days,
Okay.
Because I
in our dressing room and I was like, there was only a little curtain separating us while she had her makeup done, and I started like going, and then she popped out.
What did you say?
Okay. Maybe this one.
You've never lost your accent, Johnny, because you've been in America for a while.
Yeah, I've been there for a while, yeah, for sure.
Now I'm back in Is it true that Angelo like, picks you up on the way you get
He
there?
does, but Angelo sounds just like me, though. Like, yeah, so obviously the whole time I've been there, he's been there. And he goes to school with American kids, he sounds like me. So, but yeah, I try to correct him a lot as well, obviously. But that's why I say it. Yeah, he goes on like, the word.
Yeah, so it's quite there's like a lot of sounds. Like if you keep talking, you might.
Like 3, as in like the number 3.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, it's not 3, it's like 3. Like, you know, it's got a little bit more Welsh going.
Hers isn't like really strong.
Yeah.
Actually, I've heard stronger Cockney accents than that one, but that's just an example. So yeah, that was. How did you find those? I know, sorry, it's probably harder to hear from that side of the table, but how did you find them generally in terms of how much could you understand?
From far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not so easy.
Yeah. Which did you, out of all of them, did you find any that were easier than the others? Out of the tips that I showed you?
Maybe Adele. So it's
Adele?
better for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
yes.
I think it is easier to understand. Maybe because it's closer to my accent.
Yeah, actually yes.
And it's not a very strong Cockney accent. I could probably, maybe tomorrow I'll try and find a stronger example, but that one is pretty easy to understand.
Yeah.
Relative to the other ones. Some of the Scottish ones can be impossible to. Scottish and Irish can be very difficult to understand as well. Actually, there's a video, quite a funny video of an Irish farmer who lost his sheep, and they did an interview on television, and it's impossible to understand. Yeah. So see, yeah, I'll be impressed if you understood one word of this, because this is really strong.
Last Saturday, my Scottish sheep don't the mountains coming into the head of lambing. He discovered over 50 were missing, allowing for a number of deaths and
So this is like a soft Irish accent? Soft, I know, soft.
Mikey's next door neighbour says some of his sheep have also been stolen.
Very tricky. How did you find the Irish accents when you were in Dublin? Like easy, hard, the Irish accent in Dublin. Did you understand people generally? Yeah? It was difficult, yeah. I think not as bad as that though. That's very strong. Kind of like the Yorkshire one. People in rural areas tend to have stronger accents, especially from older generations, because like young people growing up, social media, it's a lot more flat. It's a lot more universal. But I think there are still people with, if you're in the UK, for example, when I was at university, I had friends from Scotland, Wales, Yorkshire, Southwest, I think some from Northern Ireland as well. So you will find people from, it's the same here in Colombia, you have accents from different places. But I think maybe in the UK, the difference between some of the accents is really big. So don't worry if you're, if you want to trying to watch television shows or films to try and improve your English, and some of them are just accents that even I struggle with some of them. So yeah, those were the main ones that I found. Which did you find hardest? out of all of them? Yeah.
The actor of the Harry Potter.
The Scottish one or?
The old guy.
Oh, what?
The last?
The first one.
The
Sir,
Es que se pasó ahí también el actor de Harry Potter.
El último.
Salió ahí. Que él era el que estaba.
I don't remember the name, but it's the guy I know is.
David Tennant?
El que tenía barba, ¿no?
Él actuaba en Harry Potter y él era el que cuidaba los pasillos.
Pero el que
Tenía un
tenía...
gato. Ese es el que salió ahí.
Sí.
Oh, this one, David Tennant. Yes.
No, the other. The man that was him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the South.
Like the one
The
from West,
one from the
West
film. The
Country.
West Country.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that one is.
But what do you call this region West Country? I mean, what do you say like it's like West Country?
It's the West Country.
But
It's just called that. It's
really?
not. Yeah, it's a region. It's not a. So if we zoom in, actually, I can say.
But it's not a country, right?
No. Well, country in English, I think it's the same in Spanish. A country like a place, like a nation, but also.
So,
Yeah, exactly. So this is the West Country. I think if we zoom in, this is the West Country is kind of this bit, and there's different counties. Remember, counties, departamentos.
okay.
In the West Country, it's kind of just called that. It's like an area. It's like the North or the South. You have the West Country.
You write country the same as country with a R, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not West County. County means something else.
Sure.
That's the one. Yeah. Any other opinions on which accent did you find the most difficult to understand, or the easiest to understand? For Adele, whichever.
But I can understand.
Okay, that's good.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to speak a bit slower than I usually would.
Okay.
I'm trying not to talk. Well,
Thank you.
I think if I speak fast, then I do a lot of it. We'll talk tomorrow more about my accent and the specific things that I do. For example, I've talked a bit already with you about this on Friday, but things like thunder becomes thunder, F instead of the thunder. Also, you might. Adele was talking about it. For example, the number three becomes free, like F, and F-R-E, like free, like libre. I mean, also,
But another say that it's not free, it's free.
it's three, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But also things like dropping T's, so butter becomes butter. The double T in the middle disappears completely, which is very tricky. Come on. Well, what accents out of those? We can go back to some of them if you want to listen to them again. Which accents did you find hardest or easiest? Open question. I'm interested to hear your opinions.
I mean, the hardest one was the West Country, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Easier, Liverpool?
The Scouse one? Okay.
Really? Oh my god.
Liverpool could be easier than West Country. But
Yeah. I think the West Country one was kind of played because it was a film and the scene was all about language difficulties. The really old guy who was talking at the beginning, his accent was like stronger than you'd find in normal in the West Country. So it was a bit stronger. They kind of made it a bit harder to understand on purpose. So but yeah, I think the Scouse one Liverpool Scouse is quite similar to regular English. It's just kind of like at the end of the words, it kind of like rises. So any other opinions?
I think London accent is maybe more familiar for us.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, because they film some.
Yeah, exactly. Most films, I think, like I said, actors tend to default. Do you know what default means in this context? Default is like automatically go. It's like they automatically go to an English, like a London southeast accent, because it's the most would default to a southeast accent because that's the most universally well known. Yeah.
Okay.
I think if we just watch the West Country one again and just compare how easy it is. Oh, wait. Okay. So if you just this guy is the guy who speaks second. So try and compare listening to him to listening to the really old guy, because that's kind of the comparison. Or to this guy over here as well. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's still hard, isn't it? Okay, here we are.
What we need.
Now listen to this guy. Just Could you understand him? Kind of vaguely?
Yeah.
So he's probably closer to an actual accent that you would find in the West Country. So yeah, it's just it's a comedy film, so it's kind of played up for that reason. The other one, I didn't include the links. This has got this School of British Accent. Do you know Saben? It's an app. It's a language learning app, and I found this when I was looking for these videos. They do a School of British Accents. So actually, maybe I could pull up one of those because they have a native speaker from a region like Yorkshire or the West Country, and they have a foreigner who's trying to learn English, Italy, Spain, Turkey, or whatever. So if you at home, if you look up that School of British Accents.
For different accents?
Yeah, for accents from within the United Kingdom. So that's the theme. Yeah.
And the other countries as well?
Countries.
Maybe.
Yeah, actually, we could have a look from some other countries as well. What was that? So, for example, Australia.
For example,
New Zealand. Yeah, it's weird. I really like it actually. Australian interview. There's a funny interview.
I know the Australian accent is so hard.
With Australia and New Zealand, or New Zealand in particular, it's like every word, every sentence is a question. Because, as I'm sure you know in English, if you're asking a question, you might raise your voice, as in, do you want that? So there's a raise at the end, but people from New Zealand do that on every word. So everything sounds like a question. So this is where is it? This is a funny interview actually, and I think the quality is quite good.
A thief who tried to steal his four-wheel drive and trailer full of tools from outside his Preston home. The offender's under police guard in hospital with leg injuries, and the victim found himself being questioned by police.
We can understand these reasons and his motives, but it's a highly risky going into the darkness and confront unknown people.
It's quite a night the tradie had, it's got to be said, but while he helped police with their inquiries today, his mates were outside, not helping the media with their inquiries.
My name's Sam.
Actually,
My name's Steve.
what's your name?
Tony Mitchell.
Anybody get back to me?
Ski. He got his blood back, he got his bottles there. Oh, yes, he's a quick one.
Yeah, that's quite a funny Australian interview. Have you heard Australian accents before? Like a lot or a bit, or everyone? Come on, not just the young.
No, I did not.
Someone.
You haven't?
No.
Some months ago, here Australian man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was speaking with him.
Yeah.
But obviously he changed the accent.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
the things. Yeah.
Do you know any famous Australian actors? There's one famous one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thor.
maybe.
Thor.
Huh?
Like the actor of Thor. I
Yes,
think he's
Chris
Australian,
Hemsworth.
right? Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
Mhm,
You know who
yeah.
he is? Yeah. He's, I think, maybe he's got an interview that he has an Australian accent. Let's have a look. Let's just give an accent. Maybe this is a good one. I don't know.
It wasn't first, it's funny because it becomes like another prop when it's you speaking and having not done it in a long time. You're very much aware of it and sort of in your head up a bit more.
Naturally, Chris and his podcast.
And to be honest, I think his accent it's not. No, it's not.
His is pretty American accent.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll do more accent stuff tomorrow, so I have to think try and find videos of actual strong accents from Australia, New Zealand, Canada, etc. But no, his isn't that bad. Again, it's just because he's an actor and he wants people to understand them. Any other accents that you have had experience with that you found difficult? Maybe from like not Indian or Asian, like English-speaking accents, I guess you call them, from English-speaking countries.
Mexican accent.
Yeah. The famous English-speaking country, that one. Yeah. Anyone else? No?
I don't know, but do you have a word that in your country that means that you are from a region?
Like a place, like here.
Yeah. Over here, we are use quest a lot. Or, I don't know. That's words that means that you came from.
Yeah.
In it.
Huh?
In it.
Yeah, in it is a. Oh, I see. Like a not a word for a region, but like a word from an area. Okay. Like In it is one. I think that's quite universal.
I think I've read a lot like cheers, man.
Yeah, mate is very universal. Mate is like, I don't know what the equivalent is in Spanish. Mate is a word you use for any, outside of maybe like a job and for a professional environment, it's a word. If you met someone in the street, you call them mate. If you met someone, like you were buying something from like a shop and you thanks mate, it's very, very versatile.
But you only say it for men or
no, both.
Both.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Words from regions. Up north, so in the northern areas of England, they call a lot of people pet, like you know what pet means, like a cat or a dog or something. Be like, are you right, pet? That's quite common. That's like a northern accent. Yeah, I'll try and find an example of that for tomorrow. In Southwest, they call people this lover.
Okay.
Lover, it's like but it's not in a romantic relationship. You might call anyone like moi lover. That's a very common.
Love ya.
No, it's lover. So it's love with an R on the end. Lover is usually like a lover, like someone if you are in a relationship with. In this context, it's anyone. It's like right, my lover. That's a very common phrase.
Only on the north.
Lover, yeah.
Okay, on the north.
No, southwest.
Oh, okay.
That's what pet is like north.
Oh,
lover.
okay. Sure.
I love saying it. It's such a lover is like a southwest.
Lover.
Thing. Lover, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But you have to say it in the accent.
Lover.
Yeah, lover. I'm trying. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to, I think we're. Time is almost up. If you want to learn more about or get some more experience with regional accents, I would recommend that one. School of British Accents. The videos that I saw online look like they explain all of the key kind of phonetic differences, all the words, all the letters. So that one's quite good, I think. And then, I mean, if you, I think Scottish is the easiest one to find examples of because there's a lot of Scottish people. So there's a lot of people talking in Scottish accents. Some of the other ones are harder to find clips of, but you can.
in some films you might find, I think famous films. I think in Harry Potter, for example, I think Mad-Eye Moody has quite a strong Scottish accent, doesn't he? I think he does. Yeah, that's just an example. But yeah, that's pretty much it today. And then tomorrow we will. Need to speak up. tomorrow we'll look at my accent and I can show you. So I had planned to do the introduction stuff today, but we were creative that very quickly. So we did pretty much all of this stuff today as well, which kind of leaves me a bit of a problem actually. So tomorrow we'll look at my London accent in depth, and we'll also start looking at one of the key points of this course, which is British versus American. So accents, but also words. What words do we use in the UK that they don't use in America, and vice versa? What words do they use in America that we don't use in the UK? So that will be an interesting one, I think.
Okay. You know what would be interesting for next sessions, or maybe, I mean, I know that in the UK you have the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
But that it's like president of England.
Yes, I'm going to do a. I
mean, I don't really understand like the division that you have right there, you know.
Yeah.
So that would be nice also too.
Yeah. So I think this course is going to be a mix between language and also just culture. So there might be. I had some presentations planned for like talking about London, as well as learning British English. The language, I'm hoping to also introduce you to some of the facts, some of the stuff about Britain. You know, so if you want to go live there or travel, you understand a bit more about the country. That's what I'm about the political system.
Yeah, I mean, the administrative division that you have there. You know, like I mean, there's like the president also on Scotland and Ireland and on Wales and England, but the first minister is first or prime?
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, yes, the first, they do. I'm quite impressed actually. They do have first ministers. The first minister is the name in Scotland. So there's like a.
Prime.
So they're different people. Prime Minister of the whole UK. First Minister in Scotland. I'll explain about that on another day. It is quite confusing.
The Prime Minister of UK is the same of England.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll explain it on another day because I really don't have time now, obviously. Yeah, thank you all for coming. If you have any, I also want this course to be led by you. So if you have any ideas, suggestions, we have got 10 days, which is quite a lot of time to film, especially since you all speak English, you know, I'd say very well. So if you have any questions or any topics that you want me to talk about, like you suggested, just let me know and I can plan stuff about them because it would be really helpful because I currently don't know what I'm going to do 10 whole days. It's quite a lot of time. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Saben.
And if you don't understand what I'm saying, like my accent, please do tell me. I need to control my speaking. I really do. It's okay, you understand? That's good. That's a start. No worries. Thank you for coming. It's been a nice first lesson.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Terminamos. Cambio y fuera. Are you sure you want to stay? Okay.